My God, I hate drugs.
The past 2 years have been trying times for the Filipino people. For the moment I took office, we have actively pursued measures to rid society of its many ills. Our collective efforts have resulted to the successful liberation of Marawi from the clutches of extremist terrorists. We have also strengthened our campaign against illegal drugs, criminality, and corruption. These accomplishments, however, have not come without cost. In the process, lives have been lost and enemies have been made, but throughout this country ordeal, the Presidential Security Group has courageously stood behind me to secure the interest of our country. I stand confident before you today as I perform my duties as your Commander-in-Chief, assured that the PSG shall be loyal not only to one person or family, but only to the Constitution and our most cherished democratic institution. Today is another milestone in the history of the Presidential Security Group as we celebrate Brigadier General Dagoy's successful tour of duty as PSG Commander. Under his able leadership, the PSG has effectively provided security to 16 foreign and more than 900 local presidential engagements. These include arrangements in Marawi from the start of the conflict until the full liberation of the city as well. As of the 30th and 31st ASEAN summits included, held in April and November of last year. During his stint, General Dagoy has conducted multiple classes and produced more than 200 graduates under the VIP protection course. General Dagoy, I wish you the best as you assume your new command. Rest easy as you have initiated positive changes in the organization, inspired every personnel with your hard work and dedication. I am certain that the PSG that you will hand over is a workforce that is more motivated and dependable. The wielding and the forging of the PSG's growth towards global competency continues under the leadership of Colonel Niembra. Hindi ako nagtataka. I'll break. Kaya pala for the longest time, Colonel Niembra was in Davao as a member of the contingent of the Task Force Davao. Ngayon alam ko na nung minention niya yung, because for the longest time also, Ed De Rosario was the Task Force Davao Commander. Now alam ko na ang mentor mo pala siya. You know, let me break this. Do not worry, I'll finish this speech. Basahin ko lang man to. You know, there's a lot of issues and questions about presidents taking in retired military officers. And that practice has continued. It did not come from me. Other presidents, including President Arroyo, then my predecessor, and me, we have this predilection of engaging the services of ex-military men. Now, I would like to explain it to the public. Kasi yung usually sa bakit military men. I am not trying to degrade the bureaucratic structure of our government. It seems to me that for the last, started as a prosecutor, vice mayor, then congressman, back to being mayor. Ang bureaucracy mahirap kausapin. And even the guy in front of you, whether he is really the chief of office or just the ordinary engineer there, he would argue with you endlessly. Hindi pwede yan, dapat this cannot be done. Diba? So I have been worried about engaging bureaucracy. For 22 years, I was an executive officer of my community, being mayor for the last 23 years. Hindi naman sa but to the credit of military men. I said, no offense intended. Ang mga military kasi structural and they are always conscious of accomplishments, fulfillment of duty. Not because of any particular loyalty you work extra hard. We don't need it. It is enough that I know that you love your country, period. Yan lang ang gusto kong malaman. But we have this project, like for example, Marawi, there was this devastation. And we were in a hurry, under pressure, always criticized, to no end, and always at the receiving end. During a cabinet meeting, there was this presentation of how Marawi should be rebuilt. And we listened to the, of course, experts. The problem is the metrics, finance, operation, administrative, down the line. Sabi ko, hanggang dito lang to because of the greed. Pagka maraming tao, everyone would like to just also place his importance there or dip his fingers into other matter. Usually it causes delay. And I do not have to point out, look at the past houses that were constructed for victims, either of flood or fire or other calamities. Nakikita naman ninyo. That is why I was listening to these guys presenting. Wala ang problema. They were maybe motivated by the best of desires. But the only problem is in a bureaucratic system, if you follow it, you'll get to nowhere. And you'll end up sometimes with a product of corruption. Yan ang nakaproblema sa atin. So there are many things around that you see almost below ang quality, even lower than the worst of standards. And you get, since I am here now, I cannot pass the buck. But sabi ko, let it remain on record that it is still our duty to improve on what has been done. Kaya, yung Marawi started and we were in a cabinet meeting, we were discussing about how to proceed with it. So I was engrossed with so many debates, even among the members, that I said, finally, you forget that. Just it remained. And I said, you call for General Eduardo de Rosario. You stayed in Davao, pati si Colonel Miembro. Kaya sabi ko, tinawag ko siya, sabi ko, Ed, that is the matrix of how Marawi should be rebuilt. Do it. I'll give you all. Lahat now, administration, financing, and all of these things, ilagay ko sa kamay mo. I'll place it in your hands, on your shoulders, the burden of, I would like houses there. I would like houses built next month. And you have to give me a good number so that I shall go to the people that we have done our duty. And so, he's still there. Now you can take a look at Marawi. He said that according to the standards, but if you know the Rosario, it is more than just the standard normal to the Filipino. So I'd like to thank him and Colonel Nimbra for their love of country and their industry to do what is good for the Republic of the Philippines. So, saludo ako sa mga. Since I got in also, almost, I think, half of the cabinet are now ex-military officers. And I took in si Mato because he was assigned there, Colonel Anyo. But no, Colonel Anyo and I never really were, we exchanged pleasantries, but hindi ko siya kilala talaga. You know, when he was introduced to me, or I was introduced to him in the mountains of Pakibato, he hardly smiled. Kaya sabi ko siguro may nalaman ito sa akin. Baka alam niya na it's all politics actually. Those of you guys who were assigned there, it's all politics. You can shake hands with the devil to win a vote. Ganon yan eh. So, totoo yan. I was crossing the ideological borders. And that is why we kind of, I don't know about season, but I'm ready to give him the privilege of coming home. He doesn't have to worry about his safety. I will provide his, I may call on maybe members of his command to protect him. I have provided a small window of 60 days. And if I come home, do not worry about being killed. I will not do that. Ang sinabi ko lang, and he took offense, I said that if it is not successful, then I will guarantee that he can go out of the country unhampered, unfettered, unbridled. Yan ang pero sabihin ko sa kanya at nagalit siya. He took offense and said, sa Hanoi na lang tayo mag-usap o doon sa Netherlands. Kasi ayaw niya, he maybe felt threatened. You know, I said, I'm giving you my word of honor. It is my word, and I would say, umuwi ka, mag-usap tayo, earnestly, sincerely, kasi ako naman, I know your feelings. Ambivalent ang police pati military. I know, kasi maraming namatay sa atin. Now that I'm president, I also think and feel like a soldier. Every time I read the briefer, and there are so many soldiers killed or policemen, I kind of, minsan tinatapong ko ito, just throw it away. Because I'm also battered, unaffected emotionally. But yung politiko lang ako, mayor ako ng Davao, wala naman akong pakialam dyan. But this time, sabihin ko sa kanya, please, if it is unsuccessful, please go home. Ihatid ko siya sa airport. Walang Aquino style na patayan. Barilin ko sa likod. No, it's not my... Sabi ko, come home and talk. And as long as you do not ask a coalition government, which I cannot give, and will never give, you can come home and talk to me and the others, and maybe in the fullness of God's time, we can achieve peace in our land. I said, I know your feelings. Kaya ambivalent na gusto na ayaw ninyo because you fought the wars for the Republic. But ako naman kasi, I was elected by the people. Not only by the military and the police, but all, including the Moro, also have this desire and confidence to talk to us about peace. If I can get Season to come home, and then we're also continuing, it's now in Congress, I think they're about to adjourn. I certify the BBL as urgent, sana lumunod. Ako kasi, My job is not go to war. My job cannot be killing our own countrymen. My job, my task, my mandate is to give peace to everybody. So if I can get that for you, maybe someday you'd understand why. Kung kayo ang maging presidente, then you would know na ako, I am in a position really without much choices. Except that trabaho ko is to keep a republic. You know, pareho tayo. We reduce the swearing into one sentence. Our job is to protect the people and preserve the nation. That's the long and short of it. So preserving a nation is avoiding war. Preserving a nation is not to go into so much trouble. Preserving a nation is protecting the young from the havoc of drugs. You can understand by the way I talk and I curse in public. I throw epithets and all. It's because there was never a shift in my mind being just mayor and now becoming president. And I never expected talagang, hindi ko talaga manalo ako. You know, you're all Filipinos. I never had any barangay captain or baski kagawad dito sa entire Metro Manila. You know, I won and I'm still trying to fathom. It's a beautiful sky there. Getting the guidance from God on how I would go about bringing peace in my land during my short term. But kayo naman, in return for your service of the nation, you have my protection. I said, kasali kayong mga pulis. Just do your duty in accordance with law. Perform it the way the books tell you. Ito naman mga pulis, lahat dyan, even the ordinary beat, dumaan ng 2 years yan. I was once a professor of your criminal, with in Davao, in the region, it was a police academy. And I was teaching criminal law, criminal evidence, and criminal procedure. Kaya ang utak ko, criminal. Ito mga durugista kayo, talagang ubos. I said stop it because I will never sit as president and see my country down to the dogs in the mud of drugs. Colonel Miembra, we will constantly face threats and challenges as we trudge the noble path of realizing lasting peace and sustainable development. With your credentials and background as the former Deputy Group Commander of the PSG, I trust that you will move forward in the right direction as you create your own mark in this command. As the protectors of our nation. You know, when you protect me, ako simple lang, everybody dies every day. Death is something which we cannot avoid. It's coming. But when you protect me and you believe in my advocacy, you are protecting the nation, not me. My life is just like an ordinary Filipino. I get sick, I get hungry, I die. If it's my time today, tonight, tomorrow, so be it. But in protecting me, you are protecting the nation. And if you like the advocacy, buhayin ninyo ako. But kung ayaw ninyo, you have sa Luneta ako magpa-firing squad just in front of Rizal. and you can die if you are guilty of treason. No, kung tayo kasi papasok ng nakawan, you plunder the country, you allow people, I just dismissed the Deputy Director of Customs, galing ako sa South, destroyed all vehicles that were stored there. I do not want to see any vehicle in any warehouse or bodega or yung customs. Gusto ko sirain lahat para wala na. And we have, although I was having problems, the inflation is always there. There are many reasons, but also actually one of them is yung train. But I need money also to run the country. If you do not give it, fine. Early on, sabi ko, EDSA, and Congress said that it might not billions because they will give me emergency powers, and Congress was quite skeptic that it will just end up in corruption. Kaya sabi ko, if that is how you think of us, me, then forget it. I will look for other ways of doing it. Maybe longer. Pero kung sabihin mo na nanakawin ko, then I don't need it. I don't need it. And sabihin ko lang siya, no transaction of government ever reaches my table. Hanggang dyan lang yan sa kanila, si Lorenzana, si Anyo, sila Bingbong. Ang nagdadyan sa akin, yung appointments ng government, pati inyo. Kasi sa inyo, pag i-promote mo ang isa, promote lahat. Ang haba. So, ganun yan eh. But I have to just read also. For the sake of knowing. That's about it. So, yan ang... We will maybe reach a modest improvement. I do not see any fantastic happening. But with the limited resources of our country, marami naman tumutulong. I said a modest improvement of what we have now would be okay. It's sunset time, and look at the sky, it's very beautiful. We would like to ask God to bless us all. Never saw such a gathering of beautiful ladies. Every time na talagang magaganda dito. Kaya you can look anywhere and in the horizon. Beautiful girls. Thank you. I also have a beautiful daughter and a beautiful wife. But she ran away. So I have another second beautiful wife also. So with that, maraming salamat sa serbisyo ninyo. And I said, do not worry, I'll be there. I'm giving you a hospital. It's going to be complete. You will have the barrack it's a high pressure chamber. Yung nagda-dive na may bends, magkaroon ng too early to go up, that's a barrack. But it helps in healing the wound. If you are flown on time, I told Secretary Lorenzana, yung aeroplano ko, yung the jet sa Bagong, the passenger type, sabi ko, give me a computation. I will just maybe send it to Singapore to have its engines changed. And I said, I'm giving it to you. Lahat ng aeroplano ko, sabi ko, even the helicopters, yung count na 14, sabi ko kay Secretary Lorenzana, I'm okay. I'm okay with my chopper. Sabi niya kasi luma na daw yan. Unahin mo na muna yung kailangan ng sundalo. Last na lang ako. So, kung may pera pa maiwan, kung wala na, go buy for the best armed forces of the world and of the universe. Maraming salamat po.